Once upon a time in ancient China, there was a beautiful and peaceful village surrounded by lush green fields and majestic mountains. The village was peaceful, but it was also protected by a strong and brave army that defended it from any threats. Every year, the Emperor of China would call upon one man from each family to join the army and protect the country. In this village lived a kind-hearted young woman named Mulan. Mulan loved her family dearly. She had a wise father named Fa Ju, and a loving mother named Fa Li. Mulan also had a playful little brother named Fa Ping. They all lived happily together, but there was one problem. Fa Ju was getting older, and he was not as strong as he used to be. When the emperor's soldiers arrived with the announcement that every family had to send one man to the army, Mulan's heart sank. She knew her father was too weak to go. One night, as Mulan sat quietly by the window, she heard her father talk to her mother about the call to arms. Fa Ju was worried about leaving his family unprotected, but he knew he had no choice. Mulan felt a pang of fear for her father and love for her family. She knew she had to do something. The next morning, while her parents were still asleep, Mulan made a brave decision. She decided to take her father's place in the army. She knew this was a dangerous mission, but she was determined to protect her family and honor her father. Mulan took her father's armor and sword, and she dressed herself as a soldier. She even took her father's old helmet, which was too big for her, and set off towards the army camp. Mulan's loyal and mischievous little dragon friend, Mushu, noticed her leaving and decided to join her. Mushu had always wanted to prove himself as a great guardian, and he was determined to help Mulan succeed. He used his tiny wings and fiery breath to keep Mulan warm and encouraged her along the way. As Mulan arrived at the army camp, she was met with puzzled looks from the other soldiers. They were not used to seeing a young woman in their ranks. But Mulan was brave and strong, and she quickly proved her worth. She trained hard every day, running, fighting, and learning the ways of the warrior. At first, the other soldiers doubted her, but soon they saw how skilled and courageous she was. Mulan's determination and quick thinking helped her win their respect. She became friends with many of the soldiers, including a brave man named Li Shong, who was the leader of the troop. One day, while the army was marching through a snowy mountain pass, they were ambushed by the Huns, a fierce and dangerous group of invaders. The battle was fierce, and Mulan fought valiantly, showing her strength and bravery. With Mushu's help, she devised clever strategies to outsmart the Huns. Her leadership and courage inspired the other soldiers, and together they managed to defeat the enemy. Mulan's bravery did not go unnoticed. After the battle, the emperor himself came to thank her. He praised her for her courage and honor. The emperor awarded Mulan a medal of bravery and offered her a special place in his court. But Mulan humbly declined the honor. She wanted to return to her family and live a peaceful life. When Mulan returned home, her family was overjoyed to see her. They were proud of her and grateful for her bravery. Mulan's village celebrated her return with a grand feast, and everyone admired her for her courage and selflessness. From that day on, Mulan was remembered as a hero in the village.